Good morning, Kyle.
Morning, Anne.
It's terrific to see you. Let's start our show. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Ann Rossley. I'm here with my dear friend and colleague, Kyle.harvey. We sell real estate in downtown Chicago with Baird Warner's Gold Coast office, and we love to come to you every week to talk about real estate. Hey, Kyle.
Good morning. And you are today somewhere special.
Yes, I'm in Connecticut today, checking out the Connecticut market and working on my projects for real estate in Chicago from here. So, yeah, I'm coming back tomorrow. So, quick trip. But we weren't going to miss a show over it. That's for sure. So
If we won't miss over Paris, we're not going to miss over Connecticut.
that's right. Exactly. So, everybody, today we're going to talk we're not going to go over regular statistics and we're not going to talk regular stuff. Last week we talked mortgages. Today we're going to talk about what's hot and what's not. What are the hottest neighborhoods? What would have been if you had a crystal ball 10 years ago, where would you have put your real estate money? And then we'll talk about where it might be good to put it for the next 10 years. We'll muse on that.
Yes.
But again, we can't guarantee results. We'll give you our advice and our insights and tell you what the experts say, but I don't want to say that we know.
Real estate is tricky.
Real estate's very tricky. And especially in Chicago. Chicago's a micro neighborhood area. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to talk about community areas. And of course, most everybody knows there are 77 community areas. However, each one breaks down even further than that. So, for example, when we talk about near north,
right? Gold Coast,
Street,
there's a little bit of what they call Old Town. There's Streeterville. There's River North. They're all of them.
Right. And each has their own nuances and housing stock.
And different feels. All good, but just different.
Right, exactly. So we're going to stick today to the 77 communities, but anyway.
And we're having our coffee.
So with that, I'm going to remove the coffee cup because we figured out that that'll cost you seeing a lot of information.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. There we go. Okay, so here are the 77 neighborhoods. You can't see them all, but the ones that we typically sell in are the ones that have the colors. We're going to go through each of them. We call these the lakefront communities. And here you see each of the communities. And what you see on the left are the community outlines. And in each is the percent increase in median sales price over 10 years. So we took January 2024 median sales price, and this group is going to be for single family. Condos are not included, townhomes are not included. Single family homes, what the median sales price is today, January 2024, versus what it was January 2014. Okay.
Wow.
Now, lots of increases, people, over 10 years. How about that? It paid to buy property, particularly single-family homes. The number on the right next to the neighborhood is that neighborhood's median sales price. So, for example, at the very top, you'll see Edgewater. It's in red. Edgewater is the community in the red to the left of it at the very top of the screen. The median sales price for a single-family home today in Edgewater, $925. That's up almost 93% versus January of 2014.
And there are micro neighborhoods in Edgewater, but wow. Considering all the neighborhoods, not all are as hot and happening as Lakewood Balmoral, but it's really incredible.
Yes. And then Logan Square is the blue in the middle to the left, 96.3. And Kyle's put together some photographs. So when we're done with the statistics portion of the show today, she's going to go over some interesting properties that indicate what's happening there.
Yeah.
So all that in mind, let's jump in. First, before we go into the neighborhoods, let's look at aggregate. The median sales price for a single-family home in Chicago today is $1,350,000. It's up 62.8% versus 10 years ago. Now, as we go through these, you're going to see four numbers on every page. The first number to the far left is what the median sales price was in January of 2008. For those of you who have been following real estate for a while, you know that we had issues starting in 2008 with the recession. And unlike most recessions, this time it was caused by real estate and the mortgage-backed securities, and prices took a nosedive. And every neighborhood has a different date for when the trough or bottom occurred. For all of Chicago, though, it wasn't until July of 2012 that we hit the bottom of the median sales price. And in Chicago, lakefront communities, 737,508 was the lowest we got in terms of median sales price. That occurred in July of 2012. Then the third number, 829, is the median sales price for a single family home in January of 2024. So if you look at just the 829,000 versus the 1,350,000, you see an increase of 62.8% versus 829. Is that
incredible? It also shows a remarkable increase in the 2 years from the trough to this coming out of it, which is good, because we've often seen a story and it's a true story, that it has taken Chicago a longer time to come out of or to achieve the height of before the trough, which was not, to 895. So it's nice to see that we were well on our way back up in 2014 across the lakefront communities.
To your point, Kyle, the other areas of the United States, many areas, I shouldn't say all, but many areas, they came out of the recession faster than we did. It generally took us to 2014 to 2015 or so in some cases. My cursor doesn't work here. But if you look at the bottom to 2014, you'll see that actually in 2014, we still weren't out of that trough yet.
Yes. And apparently this was due to Illinois being much slower in working through its foreclosed properties. The foreclosure processing by our court system was much slower than other states, which is too bad.
Right. But as you can see, we have well surpassed.
Look at that. Wow.
Yeah. Up to 350. So let's jump in and see what's really going on with the hot neighborhoods. First, Lincoln Park, 1,849 is where we stand today. That's up 47% versus January of 2014 when we were 1,355. But this has been a very strong neighborhood overall.
For a long time.
Lakeview, currently 1,000,006 versus 1,089, up 46.8%.
And if you notice, let's go back. Lakeview has really just, even right before the downturn, it was 1,001,125, but it's really surged in a way that is great for people in the lakefront. In the Lakeview communities. What micro neighborhoods do you think are really pushing that? Do you think I can sort of see the area, so many areas, right?
Right. Well, Southport Corridor for sure. Yeah. And there's a lot of new construction where they're building, doing some tear downs and building some beautiful big homes, in the area around Wrigleyville with those beautiful gray stones and brownstones. They've taken those and just made majestic single family homes.
North Allsted has done well. That's the former Boys Town. North Allsted is really just gone gangbusters. So it's Lakeview has a lot of strengths. It's also a big neighborhood. It's got a lot of strengths.
Yeah, absolutely right. All right, Uptown. So Uptown has lots and lots of condos and multi-units. There are some pockets, though, that are amazing. Yeah. Buena Park has really seen a huge boost, right, in single-family homes. So 680 to 1,065,000, 56.7% increase.
Well, those houses often have larger lot sizes, and people have come to appreciate them. They've redone them. They're really they're beautiful in that area. So yay Uptown.
All right. So Edgewater, which was one of the two highest in the city, I was actually surprised it was up to $699.9 in 2008. But
Lakewood
um,
Balmoral, I think, is probably
yeah, Lakewood Balmoral could be why.
isn't Andersonville in there?
Andersonville's in here, yes.
But
And
this
there's been a real push in Edgewater for areas like Edgewater, Glen, some of the areas that had homes more like 450. You can't touch them now for 450. You're looking more like 700 to 800,000 for the starter homes there. They've also had some new construction around Rose Hill Cemetery. 925. Remember, that's a median sales price. If you're in the Lakewood Balmoral neighborhood, you're looking at anything other than a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, you're looking at a home that's going to be $1.5 million to $2.5 million.
Yeah. And those are nice lots. It's a beautiful home.
Yeah.
One. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to go directly west of Edgewater to Lincoln Square, and very healthy, up 72.9%. This area includes some, like Rockwell Gardens, and truly the Brown Line and this that goes up to Lincoln Square was discovered between 2008 and today. And that's partly why Southport Quarter got hot too, is like there was all this building around the Brown Line, and
Ravenswood is considered in
part of it, yes.
Yeah. And that's got great condos and houses.
And to your point too, whenever, people are starting to really want wider lots, you can do more with a single family floor plan when you do 30 to 50 foot wide, which you can find a lot of in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
North Center is where so many public schools just took off. And that was the case in Lakeview as well. And that has fueled single family and new construction growth. Roscoe Village, which became very hot, is in this community. So it went up 56.8%, and the median price for a home is $1,370,000. It's not unusual to see homes priced at $2 million in this neighborhood.
And they too often have larger lots.
Yes. All right. Logan Square. This is the other big neighborhood category that's just gone gangbusters. You can see in the trough, it was $350. 10 years ago, it was $514 for a median price single family home, folks. $514. Today, the median price is $1,000,008. Whoa.
Yeah. Well, that has some of Bucktown in it, some of the really expensive part of Bucktown.
Yes.
But Logan Square, the whole neighborhood is really taking off. And when I did some searches, there's land also for sale. So people are going to be building over time new houses in there.
Right. Well, and the other thing too is East Bucktown, they're still developing. So, this is not the end.
No.
All right. What's that? Yeah. To your point, these community areas are a little wonky because Westtown doesn't go all the way to 290 on the south.
No.
Westtown goes to about, well, let me think about this. Goes south of about Division, I guess. So all the new stuff is the near south side.
Division runs runs east-west. So it goes south of Ashland. No, I think it hits Ashland.
No. I'm talking south. So Westtown includes, I'm having like a senior moment here.
Westtown? Isn't Smith Park in Westtown?
No, that's East Humboldt.
I think it's Augusta.
Oh, it could be Augusta. Yes. But see, so much has happened in the city south, and we'll get to that in a minute with the near south side, or near west side. But still, look at that, 65.5% increase in single family homes. But this includes Ukrainian Village. This includes some of Wicker Park, Noble Square, which has been so hot.
No, it really, it's a neighborhood that was on the way up, and then the downturn happened and has taken off again.
Yeah. Okay, near west. So this includes a lot of West Loop and Little Italy area. Look at the trough at 157 for a single family home.
And it fell off hard. Look at that trough, that drop.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And now 690 is the median price. I think this is the neighborhood to watch.
Oh, sure.
You know, if the median sales price and people are still looking for starter single family homes, I think this is going to be, I think we're going to sit here a year from now and look at it in the 800s.
Well, but there's, so people are saying, wait, that's the West Loop. That's got all that cool stuff. Those are condos.
Yeah.
Houses are in Little Italy, University Village, all that stuff. And so, and it's a much smaller house, single family housing stuff.
Exactly. Very good point. Yep. Okay. So now we're back to near north, which is north of the river, including Streeterville River North, Gold Coast, and 2,000,002. This is all over the board, don't you think? Because there's not a lot of inventory. So a couple of big sales can really skew a median sales price.
Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Area around, and a little bit of what they call Old Town. Yeah. That's it.
And here's South Loop.
Yeah.
South Loop, look at that, 1,830,000.
Is that
But again, very little inventory. You know, think of Dearborn Park 2 for single family homes. I mean, you really don't see them in Museum Station. They're just.
Are those listed as attached though?
No, they're single family homes in Dearborn Park, but it's got to be Dearborn Park 2.
Got it.
You enter from 14th Street.
Okay.
Right. And there's some beautiful prairie style homes in that area as well. All right. So let's look at condos. Here's our map again. Notice in the turquoise, 3.2 is near north. We'll talk about that when we get to it. Logan Square, 62.7. All right. So in total aggregate, median sales price is 403. If you've been watching our show, that doesn't surprise you because we've been hovering at 400,000 for quite a long time. It's up 24% over the last 10 years. And the trough was in February of 12. Okay. So we're going to start at the bottom and work our way north. This is South Loop. Today, a median sales price is 358,250. It's up only 4%. What would you say that's?
I wonder if it's they keep adding to their housing stock. And so I wonder if that's part of what it is, that they're really building a lot of condos and converting older buildings to condos. And I wonder if that's some of what's going on. What do you think?
I think they're keeping price points lower. So if it is newer, they're smaller sizes. They're really meant for the entry level buyer. Yeah. I mean, nobody's lost money here for sure.
When I've sold in South Loop, they have been to first time buyers.
Yeah.
So, and they love it.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Loop. This has been a weird one. 2008 is really high. If you bought in 2008, it's very possible you lost money on your investment. There was so much hype about Millennium Park in 2008. All kinds of, and I live in a building where this happened, where, you know, the new developments, they were saying, come here. This is going to take off. And in some buildings it didn't, in some buildings it didn't. There's also been a big increase in condo buildings, like for Columbia College, for the DePaul graduate school students that are keeping this price low. I would say maybe more than any other neighborhood other than near north. This has such a range from high to low prices that median sales price is almost not a good indicator of what's going on in the market. And the same, look at the near north, same thing. 390,000. If you look at the condos, there are so many condos in the near north, and they're heavily skewed to studios and ones, right?
Well, some of that, but it's also at least right now, the people who are trading, the people who are selling, are not selling the big beauties. They're selling the smaller ones. You know,
You've got Sandburg in here, right? You've got older housing stock in the Gold Coast.
Yep, there are a whole bunch of high rises that are meant for the entry level buyer. I'm thinking of you, 33 Cedar, 40 Elm, 40,
40 Cedar. That's where I was doing most of my business 35 years ago, but
turnover because people price them appropriately. They know what they're worth. They're easy. They're great for somebody here for a couple of years, a student. Sometimes parents will buy for their kids who are at Loyola or in law school
Northwestern,
or medical school. So they are good properties. But it has not grown significantly. We do not have a ton of new construction, though. We're about to.
Tribune, you've got one Superior. So, I mean, you do have, and one Bennett, one Bennett. I mean, there are those, but I just think median sales price in itself does not tell the story of this neighborhood.
No, it doesn't, but it tells you who's moving around in it, mainly. Yeah. Those ones at the high end skew it, make it seem so much more. This is telling the story of what's happening in the who's mostly moving. But we're about to have interesting property come up, the Moody Bible. In 10 years, we'll have a story to tell about that.
Absolutely right. Lincoln Park is up 33%. And I think in large part when they've been doing some of these luxury new construction condos in Lincoln Park. Lakeview's just been steady and strong. Uptown's up 47.7% with condos. And Edgewater.
Do you think some of that's all the work they've done on the Red Line? Have you seen the Red Line lately?
Yeah, it's really coming along.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's getting better. Edgewater, keep in mind these numbers are so low because Edgewater has more people than any other community group. And that's because of all those condominiums up and down Sheridan Road. They're all small, they're all low priced. And that's why the condo numbers are lower there compared to other neighborhoods. Lincoln Square took a hit in 2008. And I don't have Albany Park on here, but boy, oh boy.
Oh my God. I was going to say, go back to Edgewater. They are only now starting to build luxury condos in Edgewater. But anyway, you're right. Keep going.
Yeah, no, same thing in Lincoln Square. I mean, they're getting hot. North Center. This is interesting to me. And I think in large part, North Center and Lakeview have had a real upsurge in interest with people leaving high-rise condos after COVID and wanting walk-ups with low assessments. And the duplex downs and the duplex ups are out of sight. Whereas in North Center and Lakeview, you could have gotten a duplex down for $400 to $500 3 years ago. You're looking at $500 to $800 now. That segment of the market's gone through the roof.
And I have to tell you, I subscribe to TAN, Top Agent Network, and the messages coming back and forth. I want a duplex down. I've got a buyer for a duplex down. During COVID, nobody wanted a duplex down. Now everybody is looking for a duplex down because you get so much great space at a good price. And now, not such a good price.
No, they've really priced up. Yep. All right, so look at Logan. So, okay, just compare $497.5 North Center, $475 for Logan after a trough of $225. It's up 62.7. Logan is, I mean, what can you say? Logan's just hot, hot, hot. From Bucktown up to real Logan and then North Logan. It's crazy. Westtown, nobody's surprised. This is the highest priced median sales price neighborhood at $520. And they just keep building more and more luxury condos over there.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck.
Near West Side, same thing. Look at that. From $223 to $387, 35.9. And that does it.
All righty. Let's take a quick look at some properties only because we promised them.
Oh my God, we're already at 8:55. All right. Take it away, Kyle.
So these are the things currently on the market. So single family homes. This is in Logan Square. almost $5 million. Median sales price currently is $922,500. Notice there are currently only 40
Wow.
in that entire community area, and they're selling fast. 48 only condos of any sales price. I didn't put any kind of gates on it. Only 48 condos available. Again, median sales price not that much lower than the other one, $685. Next. So this is one of the houses. I thought this would be pretty. Now, this also tells this is on the private network. It is 2959 West Logan. It is 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. This beautiful old thing. People notice they took pictures in the summertime. So
Yes,
here's
that's what we tell you guys to do all the time.
I know. So
we'll do it for you for free. Call us.
I know. This has 4,253 square feet. So that is a lot. It's a big house. Just dial through it quickly if you don't mind. Kitchen. Look at the outdoor space on top of the garage. That's the floor plan. As you see, it's a wider lot. This lot, they don't tell me exactly how wide it is, but it looks like it's at least 30 feet. Okay. Then this is 2620 North Talman. It's on the market for just under 1.3, and we'll have something to say about that. But it's a smaller lot. It's 24 by 125, and it was built with another house next to it, as probably a developer did these two houses. But look how pretty the finishes are. Nice.
This is on the market right now?
On the market right now it's been on the market for 5 days. My guess
it'll be gone by next week. This will be one we're going to follow next week. Will you make a note of that? I'll bet you it's sold.
I did. Yeah. So this is not what we would do for our pictures to sell, because look how less pretty that is. But still, you can tell that this is going to be great.
Yes. I would recommend to that agent to box brownie it.
I know. And here's the floor plan. It's a little narrower, but it's still, you got a lot of space in that, and that patio is lovely. Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna go.
These are condos in Logan Square.
Not typical to see a condo at this price point. Interesting.
It was also built in 2019. It is 6 rooms, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. And they don't, it's 2,300 square feet. It's a duplex down for $849,000, and it's been on the market 14 days. I'm guessing this is going to be gone this weekend.
Yeah, let's follow up next week.
Put it aside. So that's their. So this is 1857 North Sawyer Avenue, Unit A. It's a 2-unit building, and its assessments are 0. I think they get together and work things out. It is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Let's keep going.
And I'm just trying to figure out, is it left and right?
Yes. So look how
like a townhouse. Yeah.
So it's 1,900 square feet.
Price again?
$635.
Oh wow, that's a good buy.
Yeah. No parking, interestingly.
Oh, interesting.
But I think there's a lot of parking on the street, which is why.
Huh. Okay.
All right. Next. We're in Edgewater, people. And there were so 8 active. Any price. 8 for sale.
Single family homes. Wow.
Good Lord. And 78 condos. 78 is low too, people. So, that sounds like a lot, but as Ann was saying, this is the neighborhood with the most condos in the city. So it's shocking that there are only 78. Look at that house. That is a house. It used to be a multi-unit, and somebody's converted it into a house. It is on the market for just under $3 million, and it is 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, done to the nines. Look at that.
That's not a typical price point for that street at all.
No.
So how long's it been on the market? Do you happen to know?
On the private network.
I was on the private.
That's coming on the regular market.
They may struggle with this one.
Huh?
They may struggle with this one.
Yeah.
Getting it sold at
Great
that.
looking.
Yeah.
Done very stylishly.
Which makes sense for that neighborhood too.
Look at the hot tub.
Ah.
So this is a little bit more normal. This is also on the private network because I had a hard time finding on the private network. There were 3 active houses. 5 were on the private network of the 8 total in the area. So I had to use
That's interesting.
yes. My guess is they're going to come on after the Super Bowl. This is 1733 West Rose Hill Drive on the market for 1.275. Now, what's so funny about this, and this makes me giggle, it's not coming on the market until the long-term Airbnb tenant moves out later on the 15th. So that's what it really looks like. The number one property they showed was the side. It's on 3 lots. It's a big property, Rose Hill and Hermitage. So it's got some work to be done. That's the front. Yeah. That's the kitchen.
Woo!
I think this lighting was very effective at attracting the Airbnb tenants. So this is the English base, the lower level.
Yeah.
Keep going. And of course, I love to show a lower level bar, but I think this is just the kitchen. I think what they're trying to communicate is you can have a tenant.
Yeah.
There's not a lot on here. And there's the bar, because I love the bar.
That's it. That's all I've got.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Do I have a Edgewater 2?
Edgewater 2. Now we're in the condos. 6317 North Glenwood. Okay.
So this is almost up to Devon.
This is almost up to Devon. This is Unit 1S. So on the main, it's a duplex down, and it's been on the market for 97 days at $499.9. But it looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 bedrooms, 3 baths.
Bedroom on the primary level, which I'm getting that a lot. They want a duplex down, but they want the primary bedroom on the first level. Do you hear that as well?
I do.
Yeah.
I also saw ones, and maybe it's I also saw ones where it was all the bedrooms were downstairs, and it may be the next one, which I forgot to print, or I forgot to pick up on the printer. Oh, it's 5555 North Sheridan Road, which is a co-op.
Yeah.
This is on the 6th floor, 439, and it is also, I think, 3 bedrooms. But go to it because I left the thing over there. But look how pretty that is.
Yeah, this is a Benjamin Marshall building. It's a gorgeous building with a gorgeous indoor pool.
The former Edgewater Beach, was it the hotel or was it?
No.
Yeah, these were
It
always
was right next. The hotel was just south of it, and unfortunately, that got demolished. What a shame.
But this is a tiny little kitchen, but what a cute apartment, huh? And that's their outdoor space. And they have a pool. I mean, this is a building with a lot of amenities, and you pay. I mean, because it's a co-op, you pay your taxes with the assessment. But it's really kind of great.
This building, I see a lot of people retire and downsize to this if they had single family homes in the neighborhood, because they know the neighborhood, their friends are there, they like it. And then, you buy one of these for cash, you're just paying the assessment and everything's right there. You're just right on the drive, beautiful lake views from some.
They've got good grocery stores within, a couple blocks. It's really good.
Yeah, absolutely right. So that's it for today, folks. What are we talking about next week?
I don't know. We'll find some.
We're answering questions that you sent us to. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you next week on Monday Morning Coffee with Kyle and Dan.